How's it going, guys? This is Daniel, and today we'll be taking a look at Caleb Swanigan's Summer League performance. And let's briefly get to know Swanigan. He's a 20-year-old from Purdue. The Blazers drafted him at pick number 26, and he's a big man who projects to be good on offense but bad on defense. So, let's get to it. On offense, let's start specifically with offensive rebounding, where Swanigan thrives. And the biggest thing is he has a great motor. He's always moving, he's very active, and you see that here. He's standing on the three-point line, but when the ball is on the baseline, he cuts in, and that allows him to get the putback. He's one of those players who always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and that's no coincidence. Again here, the ball is on the baseline, and he moves in, so while he does get fortunate and the ball bounces right to him, it's because of that activity. On this transition sequence, he starts as the last player behind the action, and how many big men would simply not even make it to half court and watch the fast break occur? A lot of them, but not Swanigan, as he hustles down the court and he's the one getting the putback. So, Swanigan projects as a good offensive rebounder in the pros. Let's move on to the pick and roll, and one area where Swanigan won't be adding much value in is as a lob threat. He's not a quick, explosive athlete like a Clint Capella who collapses defenses when he rolls down the center on the pick and roll, and it's just not in Swanigan's game to catch a lot of alley-oops. The good news is Swanigan adds value in different ways. One way is with his moves. So here he catches it and the defender rotates over to him immediately, and Swanigan is able to use a half spin to get off a short jumper. The short roll can be a strength of his. We saw in the last play he made a nice move, and Swanigan can also pass. So here when he catches it and the defender rotates over, Swanigan finds a cutter who misses the layup. Swanigan's rebounding also comes into play. So here he's rolling toward the rim, and his defender is containing the pick and roll, and when the shot goes up, Swanigan makes sure to get that inside position versus his man, and that's a clever box out that shows off his rebounding smarts. But in the NBA, it's more likely that Swanigan will be used as a pick and pop player, and so therefore we have to talk about his three-point shooting. And last year at Purdue, he shot it very well on a decent number of attempts, and in Summer League he didn't shoot it well, but he did get off 22 threes in 8 games, and he's looking relatively comfortable popping for threes. He's of course adjusting to the three-point line, but that shot looks fluid, and I project that over time he'll become a capable NBA three-point shooter. Sticking with ball screens, and the other area where Swanigan can help is versus a switch. He can post up, so when a smaller defender switches onto him, Swanigan knows to take the guard to the post and he can shoot over him. Even if the offense doesn't want to post him up after the switch, Swanigan can still help by attacking the offensive glass versus a smaller defender. So the switch happens and Swanigan uses his strength to power Dillon Brooks down into the paint without fouling, and he gets the putback. Really good stuff. So Swanigan can rebound and be effective as a ball screener, and let's get to a few other ways that he can help the offense. If he does add that three-point shot, which is crucial to his success, he won't have to be involved in the pick and roll, and he can spot up as a shooter. And what happens here is he attacks the closeout, and you can see his skill, the handle to attack it in this manner and get the and one is just wow. He uses the spin, which is a great way to take advantage of his size and strength. His passing popped, and that will allow him to facilitate in the offense. When the defender gets out of position here, RJ Hunter back cuts, and Swanigan finds him, and look at the accuracy of this pass. Right over the top of the defender, where Hunter can jump, catch it, and finish. Again, Swanigan will find his teammate on a backdoor cut. He recognizes the defender has his back turned, and Swanigan leads him, putting it right where it needs to be, while showing no hesitation to make this difficult pass. Swanigan's post scoring was a bit underwhelming in Summer League, as he mostly settled for inefficient jumpers and off-balance shots, but even if his post-game never develops the way the Blazers want, he can help them with his passing from the post. So here the Blazers run a play where Swanigan gets it, there's some screening action, and he recognizes the double team comes and makes the quick read to find the open shooter in the corner. I definitely like Swanigan's offensive game. Now let's talk about his defense. First off, Swanigan's rebounding translates to the defensive end. He's a very good defensive rebounder. He was at Purdue and he was in 8 summer league games. He boxes out, is very aggressive, and also one added bonus that also helps the offense is when he gets the rebound, he has the capability to take off, and here he starts a fast break which leads to a foul. Nice. Now, he does struggle with pick and roll defense. He's not very quick, so if he tries to contain out at the 3-point line, he's most likely going to get burned, and here a guard blows right by him. His lateral quickness leaves a lot to be desired. A quick big would cut off the guard in this situation, but Swanigan doesn't and allows this average summer league guard to get by him, though the Blazers do force a turnover. What you'll sometimes see Swanigan do to compensate is just drop back really far and give up the pull-up jumper, which isn't ideal versus NBA guards. This is somewhat of a compromise as he'll start up relatively high and then backpedal, but his quickness still gets exposed and the guard is able to sneak around him. He'll also have mental lapses. On this play, he's supposed to contain the ball, but he goes back to his man too soon. He doesn't wait for Jake Layman to get back in front of the ball handler, and that results in a dunk. And in the NBA, where switching is becoming more common, Swanigan does not fit in. He just doesn't have the foot speed. Here he does switch against the guard, and he gets roasted. Also, his lack of quickness makes him vulnerable versus the pick and pop, where defenses often switch or hedge. So to switch or hedge, you need a certain amount of quickness, which Swanigan currently does not possess, and from there you just connect the dots. Defenses like to switch or hedge, Swanigan can't really do that, not ideal. Here's an example where versus the pick and pop, he kind of just sags back, and that gives up the pick and pop 3. He'll struggle with pick and roll defense, and the other question is, who will he guard? If he guards a 4 on the perimeter, he'll get beat with speed, and here Kyle Kuzma drives by him. If he's playing center guarding a 5, well, the defense is going to suffer rim protection. He doesn't always help when he should. Here's an example where on the drive, he's the rim protecting center, he needs to rotate over, he doesn't, and it's a layup. This is a more obvious example. He's in position to help, but just watches the ball handler get by Jake Layman and score the layup. He doesn't have that quick twitch jumping ability, so even if at the last second he went for the block, he may not have been able to get it, and he only had 3 blocks in Summer League. But there is hope. The good news is Swanigan does use verticality well when he does rotate over. He goes straight up and uses his chest to absorb the ball handler, and if he can do this more frequently, then he can protect the rim at a decent level. On offense, Swanigan is very versatile. He can rebound, pass, and shoot, all of which are useful. On defense, Swanigan projects as a liability guarding either 4s or 5s, and keep in mind that defense is more important for a big man than offense. That being said, he can improve, and I do think it was a good pick at number 26 because of his talent, and the Blazers did well. Also, if I did an NBA podcast, would that interest you? Let me know in the comments, and I'm not saying I'm starting one, I'm just curious if I did have one, would that be something you guys would want? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.